Good morning, and welcome to Wednesday in Holy Week. I have gone ahead and written the day of the week into my Bible, and so you can see that Wednesday is not, what happened on Wednesday is not real long in terms of the amount of material that is shared, but it is just an amazing day, in my opinion. And you can see I've marked up my Bible over the years quite a bit, just to kind of emphasize the different things that happen. Mark says on Wednesday it was 2 days before the Passover. He tells us that the plans are starting to be hatched to arrest and kill Jesus. He talks about a woman walking into the gathering in a house where Jesus was, and she breaks open. Mark just says very costly, but this pure nard, it's very, very expensive perfume, is poured over his head. And then some of the men in the room or in the house take offense at this because it's so expensive. And then he says, "You will always have the poor with you." And then only in Mark it says, "And whenever you will, you can do good to them." I've heard occasionally over the years politicians will use this. You will always have the poor with you. And they do not go to the next part. And whenever you will, in other words, you can do good to them. Yeah. We have the prediction that she doesn't realize it, but she is pouring this over before my head to prepare me for burial. And also on Wednesday, Judas begins to plan with the authorities how to betray Jesus. Yeah. For money. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. You know, I wanted to share with you one of the books that I appreciate very much, Synopsis of the Four Gospels. I purchased this from Amazon and used, and it was only a few dollars. So if you are interested in Bible study, this is a great book to have. It goes through and it lays out Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and side by side. And you can look at how the different Gospels approach a given subject. And one of the things that you learn when you compare different Gospels is some of the differences. Quite honestly, some of the differences. For instance, Mark says that he's gathering, this happened in the house of Simon the leper. John says, well, it happened at Lazarus and Mary and Martha's house. Yeah. Things like that. But it's very interesting to see how the different Gospels approach a given day. And over here, I've marked very strongly, you will always have the poor with you, and whenever you will, you can do good to them. Yeah. Yeah. Wednesday in Holy Week. How can we sum this up? You know, there was that old hymn, "Were you there when they crucified my Lord?" It invites us to imagine, what would I have done if I'd been there that week? And we know ourselves. We know ourselves. So let's not kid ourselves. What kind of personality are you? Are you a timid person? Are you a person that just flies off the handle? Are you? What kind of a person are you? How would you have felt when she poured that expensive? It may have been worth a year's salary. How would you have felt if you were in the room watching that happen? How would you have felt when Judas leaves the room unexpectedly? Yeah. Place yourself in Holy Week. I think that's why the church celebrates these days, is to have us place ourselves there. And most importantly, to see what Jesus did for you and for me. God bless you this day. Amen.